What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Night Owl channel. Welcome back to another Dynasty Warriors Ultimate Warrior. We're taking on 3 more maps on the hardest level and trying to get the challenges done. We got the Assault on Nanyang, Siege of Fan Castle, and the Battle of Xiangyang. The first 3 battles on the Sun/Wu side, and they can get pretty challenging. Starting off with the Assault on Nanyang, the challenge is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is take down the large force within 15 minutes and you will have this challenge completed. What I have for this setup for my guy here, we are just a couple levels above the recommended level, I believe 74, and I think we're rocking like 75 or 76. All right, so for this challenge, it's pretty straightforward. The only thing I would recommend, especially if this is the first like Ultimate Warrior run through and you're not that high of a level, it can get pretty difficult as the damage output you do is not that great. So what I recommend is that once you follow the normal path and you clear all the bases and you get down to the road where it starts to split off, I would help out Xiangyang and Xiangyang towards the south, and that's it. Take those 2 with you and raid the large force, because I think if you try and help everybody else out, and I think one guy goes over to the other side, right? If you try to help out everybody and get the 4-man assault, it might yield you potentially a faster result, but the time chipping away in terms of that 15 minutes is going to go by pretty fast. What I recommend, once you get to that split in the road, you go and help Xiangyang with the first base, and then go back down to south with Xiangyang, and then rush into the large force with her, and just have those 2 with you along with their like little miscellaneous people, and then take down the large force as fast as you can. So because the challenge is to get the large force down within 15 minutes, I would recommend once you are in the large force and you need to use your bravery, attack boost, whatever it may be, use them sparingly throughout the large force. You know, I would use maybe 1 or 2 on the west side, then go towards the east side and take down the 2 or 3 officers over there. Or if you're feeling really daring, you can just rush the main commander. You can just rush, I think it's Liu Biao, right? You can just rush Liu Biao if you want to and get the 15 minutes done. I mean, if he goes down, the game's over. So I don't know if that would be considered a challenge complete, because I don't know if they'll consider it the large force disbanding when he does go down. But yeah, guys, pretty straightforward for Assault on Nanyang. If you have any trouble with it, just let me know down below and we can talk about it. But it's pretty straightforward. The only thing you have to really worry about is the time that it takes you to get down there and to clean up all the pretty hefty generals there if you are not that high of level. If you're up towards the 80s, even the 90s, and you know, you get some pretty stacked weapons, you're not going to have too much trouble with this one. But if your first path on the Ultimate Warrior difficulty is through Wu, you're going to struggle a little bit. So that's what I recommend doing. Moving over to the Siege of Fan Castle. Another relatively easy one. Didn't struggle too much with this one, even though, again, I'm towards the lower level for this one. What you do have to worry about with this challenge, which is to successfully launch the fire arrow barrage that Zhou Yu does, which is, again, pretty straightforward, and it's pretty simple. The problem is that the enemy, they're going to try very hard to prevent that by sending a lot of people to that base. So if you don't kill the people fast enough, which I end up not doing in my gameplay, but I still end up getting the fire arrow successfully, just make sure you have a nice weapon, or a weapon that you're comfortable with, you're strong with, and just ripping through people. I just got the halberd in this playthrough, and with its damage and you know, AoE effect, I mean, the halberd is absolutely cracked in this game. 100% the best weapon. It was relatively easy for clearing out the base. The damage output was low, again, because the level was just a couple levels above the recommended level, so it's going to be a little bit of a struggle if you don't clear them quickly. Once you get to the northeast base and you're clipping through, just try to clip to the people as fast as possible, like the first, I think the 2 that are already there before the other ones arrive. And if they do arrive, again, just rinse and repeat, try to kill the people in the base as fast as possible, or you will be there for a while. And I don't know how much time you have. You have maybe 5 minutes or so. I think it took me about 3 to 4 minutes to clear out the base and everyone there, and I seem to do okay. But it's a pretty straightforward challenge. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and just continue to play the rest of the stage normally. There isn't really too much trickery after the base goes down and the arrows get launched and challenge is completed, and you can go ahead and move on throughout the stage normally. Now, moving on to the last battle for the video, we've got the Battle of Xiangyang. I'm going to have the gameplay play for this one as well. This is a very tough one to do. I was the highest in terms of levels for these 3 battles, getting up to level 80, but this one was a struggle. Make sure you bring your best and comfortable weapon for this one. Again, I have the normal setup, nothing crazy. The bravery, the attack boost, all that stuff, my gems. The tactics that I'm using is the volley, the guards, and the battle cry one, the encouragement one, where it takes down enemies' morale for a split second, which is very, very useful for this one. And this is a very hard one. What you're going to want to do, you're going to want to like follow along exactly with what happens. Now, in terms of what to do, it's pretty simple. The challenge is to defeat Liu Biao. That's it. That's all you got to do. Pretty straightforward. Now, to do that is pretty difficult. What I would recommend, because I ended up failing it once because there was just so much to get through. And by the time I got to the gate, I didn't have a base to replenish my guards to get to the gate. So what's key for this map is to take the base that you are raiding from. So when you start the battle out, you're going to want to rush to the first base as fast as possible. So the base that's the most southern, you're going to want to push in, kill the officer on the outside, get in, and kill the officer as fast as possible. You need this base because, at least for me, you're going to lose your guards. All 40 of them, however many you have, all of your guards will die, but you need some guards in order to break the gate to get to Liu Biao. If you do not have that base, it's going to make your playthrough much, much longer. I don't know if Sun Ce would be strong enough to take the base by himself. You could test it and have him do it, but I think with the events, Xiangyang will probably die by then, and he'll be looking to escape. So as soon as you get the base, Sun Ce will be leaving, and then he'll be further away, and could potentially put you in a situation where he's difficult to rescue, if that makes any sense. By the time he got to the base in my playthrough, there was already enemies encroaching on him, and he was kind of stuck there. So if I needed to, I could rush back to him, heal him up, and then go back and continue what I was doing. Anyway, once you get the base in the middle, and you are rushing out towards the main area, the gate, for me, unfortunately, I thought maybe I could sneak past Wenpin, because Wenpin in my first playthrough kind of ran past me and went to go fight somebody else. I was like, that's great, but I didn't have any guards left, so it kind of made it impossible. So I would say for the most part, you're going to have to kill both the people there, the NPC, the miscellaneous guy, Han Song, and Wenpin. You probably have to kill all three of them because they will not rest, and the troops around them probably won't go away until they die, right? So it is a pretty difficult map. Once you obviously kill them, you will probably be out of guards. So you're going to want to go back to the southern base, replenish them, get to like 16 or 20, and then go back to the gate and then open it, which takes some time. It's a pretty sturdy gate, and then once you get in, obviously defeat Liu Biao. My advice for all of you playing, again, bring your favorite weapon, bring a heavy battle art, spam it. I would use at least one bravery boost. I have the 60-second one and the 120. I saved the 120 for Liu Biao, but I used the 60-second one for the two people out front. And then I also accumulated a true Musou Rage, which I assume all of you will do as well. Save that for Liu Biao, or if you're really struggling, you can pop it for those two so you can get through them a little faster. But I would recommend trying to hold on as much as you can in order to blitz Liu Biao as fast as possible, because once Liu Biao goes down, the stage is over. You don't have to worry about rescuing Sun Ce or anything, because he's the commander. So once he goes down, the stage will be won. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have it go back to when I'm going into the base. I'll have it play from the base capture all the way up until defeating Liu Biao. Maybe do a couple cuts. You'll see me attempt to go for the gate when I knock down Han Song or Wenpin in order to try to sneak in. But that gate is sturdy. You have to kill them because they're going to keep messing with you. There's too many troops around. They're going to knock your guards off. It's pretty annoying to get through with them there. So I'd recommend taking them down and then obviously blitzing Liu Biao, and you get the challenge easy peasy, I guess. Definitely one of the harder ones. Anyway, that's all I have for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Going to have the gameplay just play through so you guys can follow along. Skip to the parts where you're having trouble with. Just watch how I do it. If you have any questions, let me know down below. That's all I have for the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful. If it was, definitely appreciate a like or subscribe. Helps out the channel a ton. More Origins content coming. More guides coming for every single stage. And that's pretty much it, guys. See you all in the next one. Thank you so much.
For good! No, let's go. I must head to my lord's side. Not be swayed by some hallucinations. Let's end this. Infested. The enemy officer has been defeated.
But I must fall back.
Let's go.
Come for my head? Ready yourself. I won't go down easily.
Gotcha! With all my might.
expected more. Moving places. Expected more. Moving places.
This is not working out. Is my training not enough?
See you. Let's go. With all my might. Looking rough. Looking rough. The time is right. Go. Looking rough. Let's go. This is quite the embarrassment. I think I'm gonna have to pull back. Tables turn.
This the end?
Did I think this?
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I see you.
You gotta be quicker. My strength is not enough.
Let's end this.
Incredible. The enemy officer has been
This is no
defeated.
time to throw away our lives. Let's